Hello everyone, this is a Geek Must Have with another Peppermint Experiment video. The Peppermint Experiment is trying to answer the following question. Can you use a Linux desktop like Peppermint 10 in place of a Windows 10 desktop? This part of the experiment covers the versatile double commander Dual-Pane File Explorer. Watch the video to find out how it's done. To have a laboratory to perform the Peppermint experiments, Geek Must Have got an inexpensive HP dual-core notebook with 4 gigabytes of memory and 45 gigabytes of disk, and then installed Peppermint 10 over the Windows 10 operating system. There's a separate video showing how Peppermint 10 installation was performed, and I'll put a link to that video in the description below and in a card up above. The Peppermint notebook is being used on a daily basis for any and all tasks that would have been done with Windows. The Microsoft File Explorer is far too limited for me to work with, considering all the files, network shares, and FTP sites that I use on a regular basis. I seem to be constantly moving files from one place to another. So I use Double Commander, which is a 2-panel file explorer where you can have each panel pointing to a different folder or a network drive or a NAS drive or even an FTP location. Then it's easy to drag and drop files around the work group and the internet. I use Double Commander daily on my Windows, and it is typically the first application I start every day. I use it to launch other Windows applications like Cryptomator, KeePass, and MobaXterm. The File Explorer on Peppermint 10 has the same limitations as the Windows File Explorer, so I decided to install Double Commander on Peppermint 10. Now, this video is not intended to be a tutorial on how to use Double Commander, as that would be an entire video on its own. This video's focus is on how to install and initially configure Double Commander. Double Commander is available on the Synaptics package manager. It is called Double CMD-QT. And if you use the Synaptics package manager, some of the dependencies will be installed with it. So we'll start off by going to Menu and going to the Synaptics package manager and key in our password. And as I mentioned, I will key in Double CMD. And what we're looking for is the package Double Command QT. So that's the package we want to install. So we'll double click on it, and it says it'll install that and common and some plugins. We'll mark it, and then we'll do the apply. It says it's going to apply 99 packages, 3 new ones, etc. So we'll say apply and let it install the software. So it's done installing. So we should be able to close out of this and close out of the Synaptics package manager. Before I start up Double Commander, I'm going to mount one of my bookmarked Windows shared drives. So I'm going to click on the File Explorer. And the one I want to mount is this F drive. I'll key in the password for it. And now you'll see that Dropbox is there, Share on LS Media, and F drive. The F drive is mounted. These other 2 shares right now are not. That's why the little exclamation point is there. I'm not going to mount them just yet. Because I use Double Commander so much, I'm going to add it to the desktop. So to get started with that, I'm going to click on Menu and start to type in Double Commander. D-O-U, and there is Double Commander. So I'm going to right click on it and say I'd like to add it to the desktop. And there it is, it's been added to the desktop. So now we'll start up Double Commander. And here is Double Commander fully configured for the way I would normally use it. There are a few default mounts being shown on each one of these panels. They're identical for both panels, and we'll see that the F drive that we just mounted in the File Explorer is here, but I don't see my home directory, and I really want my home directory to be available quickly. And one of the nice things about Double Commander is it has the ability to have you mark directories as your favorite directories. And you start that by locating the directory that you want to make as a favorite. So I'm going to go back. Keep going back until I find home. And there's home. And there's JShoes 2. And I want this directory to be one of my favorites. So to add it as a favorite, I'll click on the asterisk here and say I would like to add this directory as one of my favorites. Now it pops open this window, and it's a full-size window, and there's no way to change it. I find that a little aggravating, but there's the directory that it's going to add as one of the favorites. So I'm going to say I would like to add that and click on Apply. And then OK. So now when I click on the asterisk, that's one of my favorite directories. And you can keep adding favorite directories, and they can be from anywhere. They can be from an FTP site, they can be from a NAS drive or whatever. And you can put your directories out there so that you can get to the ones you use frequently very easily. Some of the extended features of Double Commander can be found under the Files menu here, as well as on the main menu bar right here. Some of them are the ability to pack and unpack, zip or unzip or rar or unrar a file. The ability to search, which is a fairly comprehensive search capability. Multi-rename tool, where you can mark a number of files in a directory and then rename them en masse. This is great for adding file numbers to the beginning of files or modifying files that have poor naming techniques and making them look cleaner. There's also the synchronized directories, where you can say I have a directory on the left side and on the right side another directory which might be pointing to an FTP directory or a NAS someplace, and have them be synchronized. And then the last one is, here's a copy of Cryptomator. I wonder how that got there. That's done by going to Configuration and Options and looking for Toolbar. And here is the toolbar. Currently, there is the Cryptomator one. We can click on it so you can see the settings for it. But if we needed to add another button, we could say Insert a new button. It would say for what, and I'll say for an external command, and I'll say as the last element. Then it opens up the File Explorer for you to find the file that you want to add. So you would scroll through your file structures there to find the file that you want to add. And when you click on it and open it up, it will be added as the last item here on the list. The Peppermint notebook used in the Peppermint experiment has earned a new badge that it will display on its lid proudly. This wraps up how to get the Double Commander Dual-Pane File Explorer to work on Peppermint 10. Press that like button if the video was useful and entertaining. Subscribe to my channel because you make me smile, and I have a personal goal of 500 subscribers by the end of the year. Leave me a comment with suggestions, requests, or even criticisms. I try to respond to any and all comments. I have a companion blog at geekmusthave.com where I ramble on about all things technical. Stop by and visit me. I'll leave my email in the description below in case you want to send me a message. Thank you, and have a good one.